what is this -ss? This is called a SYN scan. So in the previous scan, we have established a full three-way handshake with SYN, SYNAC, and ACK. But even in this also, the last acknowledgement packet is not necessary for me, because why? Because as a scanning tool, or an attacker, my main goal is to understand whether that particular port is open or not. So in the second, if I get an acknowledgement from the port itself, I can assume that the port is open and the server is trying to get a confirmation. So in the next scan or the SYN scan, what we'll do? We'll do the SYN scan with only two packets sent. That is only the first SYN packet. Once I get the second acknowledgement packet from the target, I will drop the connection. So because I assume that once I get an acknowledgement, my connection is already, or the particular port is already open on that particular target. So this is where we decide that the particular port is open. Okay, let's say I'm scanning here for a port 80. If I get a SYN, if I get acknowledgement, I assume that the port is open. I will directly send the reset packet. Now let's say if I am trying to send in port number 21. Now let's say port number 21 is not opening or not opened on this particular server. It will simply send a reset packet because there is no port open for this service. So there is no need for establishing the connection. So the server itself will send a reset packet. So we'll try to check this with respect to the kind of Wireshark as well as the command prompt. So the command used is nmap-s capital S, the IP address or the target IP address. So again, we have started the communication. Now we can observe here, there's a lot of communication that is happening on the target, which is in real time. Now we'll see what happens with respect to any kind of open ports. So I think we have got some reset packets also. Okay, now again we can observe here the same kind of set of results we have got in the same scenario, because even in the full scan also we got the same set of results, and even here also we got the same set of results, like these particular ports are open, but we are using the flag as only SYN scan. SYN scan is also generally called as stealth scan, because what happens is most of the security devices will log the connections which are established. Okay, so here, to avoid that establishment of the connection, we are not sending the acknowledgement. Instead of that, we are sending directly the reset packet to abruptly close after getting the reset. So here we'll check for one connection. Similarly, we got as port number 139 here again. Okay, let's say this is the packet that has been set. Now here in the earlier connection, we have seen in the full scan, we got an SYN plus acknowledgement. After that, we got an acknowledgement, then a reset packet is sent. But here in this case, we can observe we have sent an SYN packet to port number 139, and we are trying to find out whether this particular port is open or not. Now for this port, we got an acknowledgement. Okay, then we can assume that once we got an acknowledgement, the particular port is open. Okay, now my goal is to know whether this port is open or not. So there is no need for me to again establish the connection. So what I will do, I'll simply send the reset packet here to close that connection. So this is how I'm avoiding one packet to establish the connection, but to achieve the result that whether the port is open or not. So this is how the SYN scan can be used. And also we can see in the flags also here in the SYN or the packets, we can also observe the flags that are set, right? We are seeing here reset packet is set to 1. And in the earlier case, we have SYN plus ACK. And in the SYN packet, we have SYN flag set to 1. So this is how, I mean, if we use this in the combination with Wireshark in the packet capture, it is very easy to actually understand the kind of communication that is happening in the background. Okay, similarly, we'll try with another scan. So this is called acknowledgement scan. What I will do is, as we discussed the TCP, we can generate the packets using this kind of tools. Now in this command, what I'm doing is, I'm only making the acknowledgement packet set to 1. Okay, so I'm again starting the communication with this IP. So in this, I can see all the scanning I am doing only with acknowledgement packet set to 1. There is no SYN or SYN plus ACK in these kind of scenarios. Okay, because this particular scanning can be used to find out are there any kind of security devices between the target. Because what happens in most of the security devices, as we have discussed, now let's say instead of sending a SYN packet, if an acknowledgement packet is set to 1, most of the security device will actually drop that packet itself. Okay, why? Because there is no SYN packet or the earlier connection established. Suddenly an acknowledgement packet is set or sent to the target. So in this kind of behavior, how actually we can assess the client's behavior, will analyze or to understand the kind of security devices in place, we'll use the acknowledgement flag as part of this. Now we'll try to see the kind of output, what can be done or what we can observe with this kind of flag. It may take some time actually, because I'm not, as I said, I'm not restricting to a particular port. In the next scenario, I'll also tell, I will discuss how actually a particular port can also be used to scan along with the complete IP address. Okay. Meanwhile, this is the command we are talking about. Nmap -s smallest capital T. Let's say this is the IP address we are scanning about. Okay, we got the result of acknowledgement scan. It says all the 1,000 scan ports on this particular IP are filtered. Now here we can see, instead of open or close, we got a terminology called filtered in an acknowledgement scan, because this will try to see any kind of security device that is placed between the host machine as well as the target. So here we didn't observe any kind of ports that are filtered. That means there is no security device that is available between me and the destination. In case there is a security device and the ports are open, then the security device will actually reply instead of the actual device. So in that case, we may get certain ports as filtered. But again, filtered in the sense, we cannot directly assume that the particular port is open or not. But we can at least 50% we can assume that there may be a security device and the port may be open on that particular service. So that is how that can be decided. Okay. Now here in this case, let's say instead of using all the ports, I can use -p. The same 139 I'm using. Again, I'm restarting this Wireshark. So I'm using only a single port to actually know whether that particular port is open or not. So now we can see that particular port is open, because I have got all the three-way handshake here in the Wireshark in the background, and the reset packet is set to 1. Now we'll try to check another port which is not open, let's say port number 22. Okay, now we can see this particular port number we are getting as filtered. Okay, or it may be a kind of service that is not available or which is behind a particular security device. Still, we are not getting any kind of output from this particular command. But whereas in the open thing, we can assume that directly we are getting send, SYN-ACK and ACK, and the reset packet is set to is sent directly to close the connection. So this is how the Nmap is used to actually know the different kind of scanning behavior of the end systems to actually know whether that particular port on the destination machine is used or not. Similarly, we have a lot of scans along with this acknowledgement and thing. The other thing is also called as FinScan, where in the similar manner, instead of the kind of acknowledgement packet, we'll be sending, starting the communication with a fin flag set to 1. So we'll try to observe what if the fin is set to 1. Okay, then accordingly we'll try to check whether that particular ports are open or not. Now, for an open port, if I send a fin packet, then I will not get any kind of reply. But for a closed port, we'll directly get a reset packet. So these kind of things can be done. And also we have TCP, the full scan or the XMA scan, where all the TCP 6 flags are set to 1. And we have another type of scan where all the flags are set to 0, or we generally call it as a null scan. Okay, so by making these parameters or the flags different kind of scenarios, we'll try to assume whether that particular kind of port or the service is open on the target or not. Okay, similarly, we can use the denial of service kind of thing using the TCP, where we can spoof the IP, we can generate a SYN packet, but the target machine will be different on which the SYN plus acknowledgements will be pushed. Okay, so this is how the SYN flood can also be done. And there are other vulnerabilities of the TCP protocol, like the packet manipulation. As TCP is stateful, the exploitation of the states is also can be maintained, or to understand the kind of traffic that is flowing between the TCP. So this also can be done. Similarly, the other transport protocol which we have as part of transport layer is UDP. This is also similar to TCP, but the only thing is it doesn't have any kind of connection oriented. So that means it is connectionless. So it doesn't bother about the acknowledgement or the kind of retransmission of the packets. It's very simple. The only header value we have is with respect to source port number and the destination port numbers. That's it. And rest of the things will be the data. And also, so this is what the header look like. And similarly, for this also, we have a particular kind of scanning technique in Nmap, which is called UDP scan, because most of the applications, they will be deferred with respect to the kind of transport layer protocols that are used. Some applications may be using TCP protocol, some applications may be using UDP protocol. Now we'll try to find out, are there any kind of UDP ports open on this particular target? So for this to understand, I'll try to. Okay, now we can see all the packets that are happening in the Wireshark are only of UDP packets, because I'm using a specific flag of only hyphen smallest capital U. This is only with respect to UDP protocol. So we can observe all the packets are with respect to only UDP. So if there are any open ports, then we can observe here, or if there are no open ports, then we can directly see the services there. We'll try to check, are there any kind of open ports on this particular system. But how this is how the UDP port scanning can be used. Because as it is also one of the transport layer protocol, but where this connection oriented like the TCP is not available. On the UDP, we have only two header values with respect to source port as well as the destination port. And when we talk about the header, again, the IP, we can observe it is the pointing to UDP protocol as 17. And here we can observe the UDP datagram, where we can observe there are only two kind of header values, source port as well as the destination port. Right. So this is with respect to UDP. Again, there are a set of application protocols on top of that. So each and every application has its own set of, again, header values and its set of vulnerabilities also. But any of the application protocols will again depend on any of this transport layer protocol. Again, transport layer protocol in turn contains about IP. Again, IP may be pointing to a TCP or UDP or any kind of ICMP. Again, we have ARP protocol where Ethernet is pointing to ARP or IP. So based on that, the communication will be happening. Okay. Now here we can see, okay, there is a particular UDP port with respect to 137. This is a UDP port which you haven't observed in the previous case, because there we have observed of 135 and 139, which are of TCP based. Now here we can observe there is another UDP protocol of 137, which is open. Okay. So this is a UDP protocol that is possible because we are using the flag with respect to UDP scanning. So this is how we can use the Nmap as the scanning tool to assess or to scan the different kind of protocols, different kind of ports or services that are available. So similarly, along with this, the command prompt, we can, as we said, we can also use the GUI kind of thing. Let's say I'm trying to target the same, do the same scanning here. Okay, I think this should be run as administrator. So that is where we'll get full control of the, because we are doing a port scanning. Again, based on the target, it will take some time, but here we can see, unlike the command prompt kind of scanning, where we are only giving a specific kind of commands what we want or the switches, but here we can observe the GUI scan will also use some of the scripting kind of things that are available on the tool, like this Energy or the Nmap scripting engine. It will also try to take help from one of those scanning or the scripts. It will also try to do the ping scan, ARP ping scan, to find out whether that particular service is up or not. And here we can observe the kind of open ports here. Okay, so similarly, what we have seen in the command prompt also, we can observe the kind of open ports that are available on this particular system. Okay, and still it is also trying to do some more kind of service scan along with this, whether we can able to get the versions of these particular ports that are open. And there is also the other feature which are talking about the operating system kind of scanning. Instead of capital S or thing, we can use directly capital O, which will also be used for scanning the operating system. So this operator will be used as to scan the operating system. Now here we can observe, so these are the kind of ports that are open on this particular target machine. And it has tried even for OS detection also on this particular system, but it is unable. But again, this is based on the kind of target system service that are used. Okay, but in the command prompt, we can able to get some output based on the OS. Now this is the switch that has been used, Nmap-O, the target IP address. Now here we can observe the kind of open ports along with this. Okay, the even in the GUI also we got some output with respect to that. Now along with this, we can observe the OS scan result. Okay, and it is also informing that it may be unreliable because it is only the assumption that is making part based on the open ports that it has detected. But here it is assumed that the target system may be Microsoft Windows Vista or 2007 or 7. Okay, so this is only the assumption based on the kind of open ports as well as the kind of the other parameters of the TCP. It is trying to assume that this may be the operating system and it may be running, but there are also chances that the OS details may be off with respect to all this kind of behavior. Okay, similarly, we also got some output on the GUI also, where we can see along with the port. Now this is a service which I already seen in the command prompt. Now it is also trying to check for the versioning of the particular application also, or the kind of service. Now in this port number 135, it is saying it is Microsoft Windows RPC. For 139, it is NetBIOS. But 445, where is the Samba or the data sharing services on Windows? Now it is saying that it may be of Windows 8.1 single language 9600, because this is again trying to get the version of the service that is being run on the application also. So this is how we can get. And even for this particular 5357 also, there is some set of service which is running on this particular port. And even on this 491.55, there is also a remote procedure call that is being running. And again, we are getting the kind of similar output with respect to the operating system that is running. But here we are also getting some more extra kind of parameters like phone, or it may be some other kind of operating system. So these are only the random guesses or the guess with respect to the kind of operating system. So this is where we can use this particular tool to actually understand the behavior or the kind of services that are available on the tool, and what kind of versioning that are there, and what kind of operating system that is running on the particular target. So this is how we can use the scanning techniques of Nmap as a tool, and also the Wireshark, the packet capturing tool. The combination will actually give us the best result to understand the kind of things that is happening in depth. So we also recommend, when if there is any if there is a plan to do the same at your end or at your premises, you please also use this as a both combination, so that the results will be very easy to understand.